All right.
So many chords. So many
I know.
chords.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna clap. All right, here we go, Andrew. This is for you. Let me clap. Solid as fuck.
Very fucking solid.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the pod. Produced by Half House Studios.
How we doing?
Back to life. My name's CP. For those of you who don't know, once again, this is
Superman here on the mic tonight.
Got Whip Trip 6.
Mouse pad on the mic.
yes, sir.
Damn, I'm hot as hell in that. Mouse pad on the mic.
Mousepad is a dope name. When I heard that, I was like, damn. That's
It was between mouse pad and snack time.
No way, it was gonna be snacks.
It was gonna be snack time beats or mouse pad music, and I decided mouse pad music was more neutral than snack time
so
beats.
happy you went with
I was
Mousepad.
like, if I choose snack time beats, I'll be like forced to only make beats for the rest of my life. So I went with mouse pad music.
Could you imagine doing a show and they're just like, next up, we got snack time. Where's snack time?
I got on stage. They're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
I'd be kind of disappointed. I'd expect like a little snack to come out, you know? You are a snack.
Damn.
Whoa, that's a full
Damn.
meal, CP. Come on, man.
8 course. You're right. All right, boys. How we feeling? How have
Pretty
your
good.
weeks been?
Oh,
Dude,
man.
long.
Long, yeah. Holiday season, always rough as fuck.
True.
Especially, you get to Thanksgiving and then feel like after Thanksgiving, pre-Christmas, it's just hell on earth for a full month.
I get so sick of all the ads. I like
Yep.
the Christmas ads. I'm just like, bruh.
Mariah Carey
They
is
started
waking up.
the first day of November too. It's like literally, actually, like the last week of October is Christmas
Yep.
ads all over. Anyway,
True.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
None. That's the real. That's the
Okay,
deal.
Grinch.
True.
Nah, I'm sorry. Like, here, it's like if it wasn't so goddamn commercialized, I wouldn't
Right.
give a fuck. But it's literally like every time I hear a Christmas song, there's always an ad attached to it. So it's like I can't separate being sold something from Christmas music.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
makes
that
sense,
is the bit.
yeah.
They said we can take this holiday and capitalism it, make everybody buy things for people. Sick. Let's put
Black
things.
Friday.
I'm a slut for Cyber Monday. I'm not even gonna
Literally,
lie.
Amazon's getting
I get
all
it.
of
But
my
if
money.
capitalism's gonna exist, I'm gonna use it for what it's worth. If I have to pay for things, I'm gonna get the deals.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's good.
No.
But
I can't cap. Last night I was listening to Christmas music.
talking about
That,
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Bro.
Nah.
Ariana Grande. Justin Bieber.
Whoa. You was
was
really
my
about it.
feels,
Yeah,
bro.
you were really in the
It's
Christmas
not even
spirit.
December yet, bro.
Did you put up decorations, or were you just like,
Hell no, I'm too old for that.
what? For
old for that.
Too
decorations?
much work. Bro, I don't like decorating.
What?
I like when other people do it and I can appreciate it.
It like it brings the spirit out of the holiday.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna decorate here?
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
We're getting a tree.
Green garlands
A real
everywhere.
one or
Fuck
a
you
fake
talking
one?
about?
Fake one.
Fake
please.
one for sure.
Yeah, fake. You think I'm gonna put a real tree?
Hell
First off, the cats will be in that bitch all the time, and second off, well, they probably still will.
Second it'll
off,
die because
it'll die.
nobody's gonna water.
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's not gonna happen.
Maybe spiders in there. I'm good.
Maybe. Yeah, shit.
We bring termites into the house.
Nah.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
Fake tree's the way to go. Much easier.
For sure.
Less maintenance.
Plastic is perfect for trees.
Love it.
Plastic is perfect. Inside joke. Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to hear a 10-year-old album, go listen to what's that bitch called?
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar.
by NXT.
Yep, Sounds
about to
Familiar.
bop that.
NXT. It's on Spotify wherever you get your music. Classic. That bitch, what? Like 10 years old at this damn point, right? Almost.
No, dude.
It's like 8.
No,
It's like
yeah,
8.
It's like
Boys been
8
at it.
years old. It's like
Yeah.
That's
7
long.
years old.
You guys
Remember
should,
high school?
you
Yeah,
guys should
first project
remix it.
together.
Remix
I've
it.
been
Remix?
saying we're supposed to.
Yeah.
We need to remix Sounds Familiar. And Chris Mondak, he made all the bass lines for all that music. He gave us the rights. Like we can do whatever we want with that.
True. You know what? I will say
Drum and bass.
it would have been a much better album if Homie had like actually mixed it.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was like the driest album I've ever heard. There was no effects on anything. Homie barely like equalized the bitch. So it's just like
Should have let me do it.
if we could get the stems, that'd
Not
be an easy
back then,
mix.
though.
But we'll
We'll
see.
have to recreate it.
Yeah.
You know,
Perfect.
You guys are so
Remastered.
3 out of 4 elements are right here.
True.
You know,
True. We're missing. Never mind. I'm not gonna
check your
put
phone on
Shorty on
silent.
blast.
Oh no!
You know who I'm talking about.
Stop it.
I don't know who you're
Let's
talking
move
about.
on. Let's move on.
I've never met that person. All right. Anyway,
No.
What are you guys thankful for this year? Thanksgiving's coming up this week.
half house baby.
Heck
True.
yeah.
Thankful for half house every
For
day.
sure.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
On
Wednesday.
the 23rd. The 23rd on Wednesday. So if you see this before then, come through.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Don't
this
know if you
episode's
will.
going to be up before then,
But
but
it'll be crazy.
hopefully we'll be able to catch some footage on our socials.
True. Check out our Instagram.
Yeah, we'll have some show footage for you guys.
Some context, Thanksgiving is just this nice, crazy show that is being put on by Canopy. No,
No, by Nola's. It feels more like a festival though than like a
Festival.
show. It's just
Yeah,
like a
I think
bunch
there's
of
like 25 different artists.
there's a bunch of people.
no
Or
wonder
just-
they're taxing. Okay, that's worth
Yeah.
it. I'm not mad
That's
at
what I'm
that.
saying. They're taxing. Plus, there's food at the end.
But,
I'm finna stay for the food.
Okay, snack time. Chill.
Snack time beasts has come out to play.
man,
Yeah, I don't know. Thankful for all the homies this year. You know,
True.
Half House has been. I feel like we've been really hitting our stride, and so can't really complain. You know, we'll see what happens in 2023. Half House up from here, baby.
True.
Yeah, I'm thankful for prosperity in general. It seems like everything we need to happen is kind of coming full fledged right now, like more than we can handle sometimes. So it's real exciting, and we're all very like lucky to have as much like success and opportunity that we have right now. So
True.
Yeah. If I know one thing, none of my niggas struggling right now. So
exactly, yeah.
I will say you guys have been putting in work, like dedication, everything. Whenever you guys talk about this, people probably don't understand like the amount of dedication and time and effort that actually goes into this, building a studio, the finances, the resources, and everything. So, like, hey, roses, respect.
hell, I wish I had more time, to be honest.
Yeah, we're working towards that
Yeah.
though. 2023,
2023, we're all quitting our jobs if we can do it.
big move.
Fuck
2023, I want to get like at least 3 of us like not working.
Yup, full
You
time
know,
in the city.
and like everybody else is getting like money close, so they don't have to work as many. Either like that, or just like everybody's really working like part time. You know,
For real.
so you have more time,
It's
more
a-
dates.
For sure, it's a lot going on right now.
Mm-hmm,
Let's see. We got the World Cup going
Oh
on.
my god.
Dude.
Man,
Oh,
crazy.
literally today, that shit was so sad, so exciting. They played Wales today, and we were up 1 point the whole game, bro. And the refs literally were not on our side. They gave us 2 yellow cards off rip, so we already had to start playing like less aggressive, and they were dumb yellow cards. And then we scored because we were keeping the pressure hot, and then USA got comfy in the 80th minutes and let them score. So we tied, and that is not good enough for the World Cup. We need those 3 points.
Definitely.
for real.
I mean,
And it was a
Okay.
penalty too, so it wasn't even like we were outskilled. It was just the refs
Yeah.
influencing the game.
Right.
It was a dumb tackle, but it is what it is.
You win some, you lose some.
At least we're not hosting and lost our first game to Ecuador.
true.
Damn. Utah on the map.
Bro, have you seen the before the game started, they had Qatari nationals dressed up in like Brazilian outfits
No.
in the airport. Yeah. Okay,
Whoa.
so Qatar, I mean, we'll get into some Qatar shit in a minute, but
True.
I've seen just tons of videos of like immigrants and Qatari nationals wearing a bunch of different teams' uniforms to like try and like give the illusion of a ton of fans being there before the World Cup started, which was super weird, but like
It's given North
Interesting.
Korea.
yeah, no, it's very much like
Korea.
I mean, if you don't know anything about the Qatar government or state, I mean, it's basically, you know, Saudi Arabia gets the full, you know, rap for being like a authoritarian state, you know, petro state, but Qatar is just as bad, if not worse, honestly. Like, if you don't know anything about their immigrant workers or like the situation that they're in right now, especially leading up to the World Cup, they were, I mean, it's basically slave labor. What they've been doing to all these people.
Didn't Qatar spend something like $220 billion on like infrastructure. And,
Yeah, I mean they built it
this
all
is the
fresh.
most expensive World
The
Cup
most expensive
ever.
World Cup ever.
and they're not selling any alcohol. At all. 2 days
Game
before,
messed
they're
up.
like, by the way, alcohol, cut it. We don't do that anymore here. That's crazy. Could you imagine?
They're on dirt for that.
Yeah, Budweiser already shipped like and
Millions
made
of
like
cans.
millions of cans for the. That's crazy. I know I'm suing if I'm Budweiser. Honestly,
But it had to be some sort of breach of contract or something because they
Right.
were the sponsors for the cup.
I mean, just Qatar landing the World Cup placement to begin with was insane.
Yeah.
The story about the amount of bribes they gave pretty much every person they got to vote for them for the World Cup got at least $4 million for their vote. If that tells you anything.
why? What's so important about the World
vote.
Cup being in your?
Because autocratic states like Qatar, they're like international pariahs. So if they can host a World Cup without much in the way of there being controversy, then that shows that they're quote unquote a legitimate state.
Well, I heard they're arresting reporters, and there was a reporter who had a rainbow shirt who they arrested, and there was a reporter asking questions. So it already seems like they're kind of getting embroiled in a little bit of controversy right here at the beginning.
It'll backfire on them for sure.
Yeah.
If they want to host and play hardball at the same time, it'll only backfire on them. But
The World Cup's canceled. You will not see Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, that's dangerous. You can't do that.
I mean,
Soccer
no, it's-
Bread and
fans
circus.
They will riot.
They will.
Literally.
Yeah.
You remember the Manchester
Scary.
City bit when they were mad about some shit that Manchester City? Oh, they were gonna leave and go to like a Super League, and the Manchester City fans were like pissed off. So they somehow postponed like several games for it till they were like, nah, okay, we won't do it.
No, soccer fans are
Crazy, dude.
dedicated.
And soccer is the most watched sport in the world. So
Football.
football. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I mean, the last thing I'll say on these workers in Qatar. So, if you didn't know, all of Qatar's capital is zoned in one way. It's like family residences, basically, and then in this southwest corner of the capital, right next to their like sewage pond, there is a whole entire, basically the size of a city. They've sectioned off for immigrant workers, and I forgot the name of the policy, but basically they're forced into these homes, 8 to a room, and it's just like their visas are taken. They're basically told you have to work here or you're gonna be arrested, and it's literally modern day slave labor. Just they're not fucking being whipped and called the N-word, but they're basically fucking slaves. So it's just
Yikes.
like
that's
how much do we want to really invest in a World Cup that is built on the back of slavery? You know what I mean?
Story as old as time.
Oh, I'm gonna watch.
I love the World Cup.
I'm gonna watch.
bro.
I'm sorry.
I hear you. I do. I really do.
And I mean, it's not like the rest of the.
It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It
Not
makes
It's
to
going
bring
to
the
be
mood
in the
down about
U.S.
the
It's going to
World
be
Cup,
in the
but-
U.S. though. 2026.
Where is it? Atlanta? Do you know yet?
Everywhere. It's the U.S. There's going to be. That's why the Bears want to build a new stadium
Oh,
because they want to build a Superdome so that they can host a World Cup there and
That'd be
a
crazy.
game there, which would be dope for us. And then, but I mean, like we already host like international friendlies at Soldier Field, but yeah, Atlanta will probably have one.
that would
All
be
the
a lot
big
of fun.
cities.
That would be crazy.
New York, L.A., somewhere
Although-
in Florida.
It'll be kind of weird though. I feel like it's got to be centrally located somewhere, right? Because like you don't want people to have to travel. Like, well, maybe they do for the money, but you don't want people to have to buy plane tickets in the U.S. to fly all the way from Atlanta to L.A. just to see the next game, right?
Yes, but no. I mean, it's the U.S. If we can charge people more money for plane tickets, why not make the World Cup the whole fucking
Okay.
country? You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Niggas that are flying to the U.S. for the World Cup will spend money to fly from city to city.
Exactly. I mean,
definitely have
bread.
those fans already have bread. Exactly.
Fair.
So
And we get an automatic in because we host. So we don't even have to qualify. That's the best part.
True.
We can be asked.
Yeah,
We can
USA
be like
soccer
Qatar.
team. Shit.
Q-tar.
Qatar. Motherfucker.
You're a Qatar.
Oh my god. All right. What's
All right.
next? What we got?
Shit, it's been a lot going on. What else? Another story as old as time. Kanye.
Oh my god.
He's been quiet lately.
Did you see he got back on Twitter like shalom?
Yes, dude,
way.
literally
No way.
his first two tweets were testing, seeing if my Twitter's unblocked, and the next tweet was shalom with a smiley face after it. I was like, what the
Bro, like
Menace to society.
a literal
what the
menace.
fuck, bro?
Well,
Not shalom. You could have said hi, anything, dude. But that obviously implies like
Anti-Semitism.
I mean, he's just making light of the situation. He hasn't learned his
Yes.
lesson.
yeah, for
He
sure.
doesn't think he's wrong. He
Right.
doesn't think he's done anything bad. And he's going to keep doing the same things he's been doing for the last decade, which is just
Yeah.
being a detriment to society.
But losing 1.5 billion, that would hurt.
And it hasn't even changed his
It hasn't
mindset.
changed him, so that's just him. That's just him as a
That's just
person.
who
He's
he
true
is.
to himself, at least.
I hope.
If I lost $1.5 billion, I'm going back on anything I ever said ever. Even if I didn't believe it, I'm finna be, you know what? I was wrong. White power.
Bro.
I did not,
I'm selling
I'm
out.
sorry.
I'm
I'm
selling
selling out.
Yeah, that's sellout money.
I'm
Nah.
selling out.
What you mean, nah?
Nah, fuck Kanye is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Fuck Kanye. That
Would you
bitch.
sell out for $1.5 billion, though?
It's a fucking $1.5
That's
billion.
sellout money, dude. Like, yes.
You kidding me?
Okay, hear
I'm
me
gonna
out.
do what
hear
you
me out.
want.
Like, Donald Trump comes up to you and is like, endorse me. I'll give you $1.5 billion.
Donald Trump's
Yes,
never going to give you
because
the money.
I don't give a fuck. Nobody cares about my fucking endorsement.
Well, like,
You know?
okay, imagine you're famous now, and then he comes up to you and offers you 1 point. So, like, your opinion matters to a lot of people.
I mean, that's $1.5 billion. I'll tell people after the fact.
True.
You
Once
know?
the election's over, sorry,
election's
y'all.
over,
Fuck
yeah,
that
sorry.
bitch. He gave me 1.5
Yeah.
billion.
I don't give a fuck.
That, you trying to get that?
no.
I'm finna be anybody who I hurt in this process. Shoot the cash app.
It's
Finna
literally
give you all a.
it's
a tight hundo.
$1.5 billion, and I'm retiring somewhere where nobody will ever find me again.
Well,
Word, you gonna let us know?
Yeah, I mean, you can come visit me in the, wherever I
Going
end up.
off the grid.
Off grid.
Off grid.
It'll be a compound, like private security, like everything, bro. Like,
damn. He got security guards
I mean,
with
if
the
I got
AKs.
$1.5 billion, are you kidding
Yes,
me?
dude.
That's facts. I also would be nervous. I would have to put myself into like hiding first before I posted that I got 1.5 billion, and then I'd give back so people wouldn't want to rob me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm keeping a bill, giving out.
Yeah,
off that
give out the half bill.
500
Keep
million.
a bill.
I'm keep a bill, invest half of that bill, and blow the rest on
Guys,
whatever the fuck
you
I
guys
want.
are overestimating, I think, or underestimating how far $500,000 will go. Like, y'all talking about,
That's what
let
I'm
me give
saying.
away $500,000 or $500 million. I'm like, you could give away 50 million and be set. Like, anybody you need to take care of will be set by that first
I'm
50
talking
million.
about like charities too.
I mean,
like
charity,
reinvesting
yeah,
in
like-
the world and planting trees, and
Right.
just like not being a fucking menace.
Because I really don't need.
Not just sitting on $1 billion and buying myself
Let me
things.
let me tell you about my thoughts on charity really quickly before we keep going.
I probably open my own charity. But yeah, go ahead.
Charity is a great concept, but in practice, it just ends up being capitalists paying for their own destruction, like environmentally, socially, economically. Like half of the charities nowadays, or more than half, are literally just like, let's pay for the excesses of capitalism through donation. And it's like, I want to be in a world where we don't have to rely on charity for people. And that's not to say that charity doesn't do good, because it does. But personally, I think there are way better ways to spend money than charity, because a lot of the time that charity money too just ends up getting spent or used in inappropriate ways by people who are less than savory with their spending.
Black Lives Matter
Shit.
situation.
Yeah, if I had 1.5 billion, I'm gonna end homelessness in a couple of cities. I don't know which
Word.
ones.
True. Well,
mine.
that's if the state apparatus would let you give homeless people homes. Like, that's
True. I'll be like, yeah, Chicago. I would buy a sports team. I'm not even gonna cap with you. I'd buy a sports
What
team with
team?
it.
Bears?
No, I'd
You would
buy
be a
a
better
good
front
one.
office than the one we have now.
True.
I mean, shit, you have $1.5 billion. You can definitely buy the Bears.
I don't know. I think the Bears are worth more than that. No cap.
You'd be surprised how cheap sports teams are. Not like $1 billion
An
is
NFL sports
Yes.
team though. I'd probably buy an NBA team.
I
$1
think
billion is a
Khan-
lot of fucking money.
I
Like,
think Khan bought the Jacksonville Jaguars for like $75 million.
Oh, million?
yeah.
75
Whoa.
$1
million.
I'd
billion
buy
is a
a
fuckload of
couple.
money.
Maybe I just own the whole NFL. How much a billion
Commissioner
go?
Harris.
I mean,
Yeah,
literally $1 billion.
And for the first overall draft pick, the Chicago Bears every year, they get it. We're gonna start doing a random draft to see who gets the first pick, and again for the 7th year in a row, it's the Bears. I would fuck that league up. I'd be like, and in a really weird trade, the commissioner moves Tom Brady to the Bears.
Tyreek Hill to the Bears.
Yeah. Nah, I would keep Justin. I'd just bring him everybody else so that Justin looked really good because I like him.
Yeah.
What the hell were we talking about?
We were talking about Kanye.
Kanye losing $1.5 billion.
Yeah, Kanye. That's all I'm saying on this one.
Kids
Fuck-
going
for
crazy.
sure.
And Elon giving him back that platform, I don't know how I feel about that, along with everybody else.
Yeah, he gave
You know
Trump
why?
his platform
First
back
off,
too.
we already knew Elon was on dirt. He's giving them back their
is, but
platform
he's
so that he can get more traction on his platform. He's
Elon-
losing money. He just
He's
let go of
firing,
everybody
like,
in the
everybody.
world. Like, yeah. So
It's
But then he
ridiculous.
draws the line at Alex Jones. Did you guys see that?
no.
So he had like Elon Musk had his firstborn son or a firstborn child die in his arms. And so he's like, "Oh, Alex Jones, I won't allow anybody who profits off of dead children back on the platform." And I'm like,
Okay.
it's like so wishy-washy. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I like you, you're back." "Oh, I don't like you, you can't." Like that's when it becomes like, you fall into this cycle of just picking and choosing.
Well, I mean, that's literally Elon's entire MO is picking and choosing. You
But
know what I
why
mean?
did he buy Twitter? Like, what does he gain from
So
Twitter?
he didn't want to buy Twitter. He tweeted out like, "Ha ha ha! I'll buy Twitter." The SEC took that shit very seriously, and it literally forced him to buy it. So he wasn't gonna buy Twitter in the first place, but he said on Maine, "I'll buy Twitter for yada yada amount of money." They held him to it, and he was literally forced to the sale. So
What?
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
He
I
didn't
would
want to
buy
buy
I'm
the
never
shit in the
saying
first
I'm
place.
buying anything on Twitter again.
Yeah, I mean the SEC is fucking
Actually-
serious, dude.
Matter of fact, if I go into debt, like I'm about to buy the Bears. About to post, I'll buy the Bears on on Twitter, and the Bears will be like, "You now owe us $3.5 million." I'll be like, "Ooh, can I get you back?
I owe you.
You got Cash App? I'll hit you. I swear."
It's just ridiculous, dude. Like, you know what? I will say this. There is speculation that Elon is purposefully like tanking Twitter so that he can get a government bailout money.
Yeah.
And while I wouldn't say that like that was his primary strategy. At this point, I can't say that he won't do it because I mean he's done it with SpaceX, he's done it with Tesla, Boring. All of his companies are government subsidized. So if he just turns Twitter into another government subsidy, that's
But not Twitter.
No, I
Twitter
mean-
I take seriously, right? Because the rest
No.
of his companies I don't care about. They don't affect me. But Twitter's like, bro, I go to Twitter. Twitter's my caffeine.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm falling asleep in class, I'm on Twitter, scrolling, laugh. I'm
Well,
back away.
the issue is, as soon as he gets that government money, there's back doors to Twitter. There's NSA monitoring on Twitter. I mean, there already is, but, as soon as he gets that government money to prop the company up,
Do you guys
the whole
feel?
Popping
company's
off.
fucked.
Tumblr to the new Twitter.
Yes.
Do you guys feel like he did the right thing by reinstating all the accounts that were blocked in the sense of like the free speech aspect?
No. So let me elaborate on that a little bit because a lot of people have this really stupid, dumb idea of what free speech is. Free speech means that the government cannot throw you in jail for what you say. It does not mean that you can say anything on a private corporation's forum. That is not free speech. So
Death
as
Con.
the owner of the website, I have the right, or the owner has the right, to exclude anybody whose speech he just doesn't like. But that's where the slippery slope comes in, because you shouldn't do that, especially not as like partially as Elon Musk does it, just like I'm gonna let my friends do it, not my friends, you know. But there is no free speech on a private company's forum. Like, that's just not how free speech in the country works.
I mean, yeah. Well, tell conservatives that, because
We'll see how that goes.
Hey, conservatives.
Yeah.
This is how free speech works.
Nah, you know
Step
what?
1.
Fuck that. I'm going DEFCON 3 on conservatives. Fuck you mean, bro.
Oh, everything.
Mitch McConnell getting...
I'm right behind.
I'm on your ass.
On Minecraft.
Fuck the rich.
Yeah, I'm on Minecraft. You gotta let him know in Minecraft. So
Hit him with
You
the-
guys see that Kyrie finally apologized?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck Kyrie.
Yeah, fuck Kyrie. I mean, bro, that nigga said the
best-
earth is flat.
Yep.
Like,
Okay, but-
he's fucking...
I'm not saying that
I
Kyrie
just want to
is...
see this nigga hoop.
Yeah, he's a great basketball player, but stop letting him talk.
I'm not gonna say that Kyrie is not is educated, okay, in those aspects.
Word.
But what I will say is that he's playing. You know what I'm saying?
He got like 30 points
it
last
doesn't
night.
really
So
matter what
saying.
my fantasy team's looking very great. As fucked up as that sounds. But yeah, I don't know.
The thing with
He
somebody like Kyrie
apologized?
is he did apologize. I really
And it
don't
was
care.
like more sincere than just like a oopsies, you know. He
he's
did
very well spoken.
he met with a
to be
lot of
saying dumb
people
stuff.
to like really educate himself on, you know, how that's harmful to people and stuff like that. You know, there's only so much you can do so quick. Is he out for is he out for the whole season, you know?
And apparently, did you guys see everybody lined up outside to support him? I think there were a bunch of queues, like the fraternity, but he had like at least 300 black men, like looking militarized outside to support him. Did
Whoa.
you guys see that?
Weird. I did not.
I'll send that in the chat later.
I don't know, bro. Here's...
Hey,
I don't
as long as
really...
he's getting those 30 points, I'm happy.
I don't really follow basketball like that, so here's my thoughts from outside, all right? Man is a flat earther, a COVID denier, you know, anti-vax, you know, anti-Semitic, which he apologized for. It's just like at this point, how many excuses do we give somebody before we're just like, you know, we just don't listen to them anymore? I mean, nigga
That's
can
the
play
thing.
basketball,
Like, let
right?
him play basketball.
Let him play
but just
basketball.
stop putting the mic in his face at the end of the game.
for sure.
And that's how I
Stop
feel
putting
about
the mic
Kanye
in his
as well.
face.
It's like, let him make music.
Yeah, but
Leave it-
he
leave it
puts
at that.
himself in front of the, you know what I'm saying?
Does.
There's a difference, though, I feel like, between basketball and music. I mean, Ye was supposed to be called Adolf Hitler. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was there, and
Wow.
that's been
The album.
corroborated by like a ton of people. Like, he was originally going to name that album fucking Adolf Hitler. So it's like, you know, at
Yikes.
some level, it's like man is just lost. Man is gone, and
Yeah.
I don't know how much saving he deserves at this point, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it's just all his fans that will like go up to bat and cap for the guy.
But even
know,
still,
like-
bro, Kanye Reddit forum is in a shambles and has been for a while. It's like just like people are, it's half like, well, if you put out an album, I'm still gonna listen though, and half like, fuck this guy, I can't even believe it. In like two 2-page post about how much they loved Kanye and how they can't listen, blah blah blah. And I'm, you know. So I think that even if he put out another album, it's not gonna be like, it'll be listened to. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, it not nearly like his old ones for sure. I'm really curious to see about these Grammys. He did get
We'll see
nominated
how
for
that
a
goes,
Grammy.
yeah. Bad Bunny's doing this thing, going
So
crazy.
I'm curious to see, like, you know, even if for some reason I think Kendrick will win, but even if all of the stats and everything line up for like Kanye to win, like he had the album sales, he had the, you know, concert sales, yada yada, you know, does he still win? You know, do they still allow someone who like that to win
That is interesting. Like,
if
you
he
can't rob
really
him of
had it?
the work ethic, but it's
Does
a
he get just-
meritocracy,
yeah.
you know, but
If I'm in the Grammys, I'm disqualifying him for sure.
I mean, the Grammys gave motherfucking what's that nigga's name?
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
Mac
post some
Miller.
tag
Macklemore.
Macklemore.
Yeah. But
Over
that's
Kendrick. So it's like
But
at this
that's
point,
different.
who gives a fuck about the Grammys?
That's different. Macklemore didn't go out and say anti-Semitic speech.
Grammys.
for
I don't give a
weeks.
fuck about the Grammys. Same
So
as
if you
I
got a
don't give a
Grammy-
fuck about the Emmys.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
care
saying?
about
Like,
getting one. Well, that'd be pretty cool.
I mean,
but
cool to have one. No, not gonna lie there, but like,
I care about the Grammy a
I
little.
don't give a fuck. Like,
I just think it's cool for the people who put in the work to get the
That's what I'm saying. The
recognition.
people who really like deserve the Grammy and like are good people, like it's like
definitely
it's a
valuable
it's
to
a
see
it's a
them,
high.
succeed.
What's a higher
This
achievement
level,
you can get
you know.
than best blank album? You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool to see people win that who are actual decent human beings.
But the problem is that it's subjective, you know. So best hip hop album. What's the like who's to say?
Yeah,
because
for sure.
the Academy is just
Kendrick.
full of like who
Yeah.
in the Academy is
It's-
voting on best hip hop album. You know,
It's
like,
very stat based. So like there's a lot of categories that go into it, but like only part of it is album sales. It's not like the full thing. They have like people who focus on like how is the mix and the master of this song? Like is it like sound, you know? Is it good? Can I listen to it? Blah blah blah. Like that's part of it too. Like how does it all flow? There's a lot of elements. Not to say that I think the Grammys are correct and know what they're doing or get it right, but yeah, it's not just like a bunch of people being like, I like this album. Like it's not like people like us being like, yeah, no, this is a great album. We should make this one win for sure. All in favor? Like it's not like a courtroom scene, you know, where you're all trying to decide if someone's guilty or not. So
where are the People's Choice Awards at? That's what I want to know.
whoa.
Nickeloadian Awards.
whoa,
I'm saying
the
for
Kids'
People's
Choice
Choice.
Awards, baby.
That's
Who's
the only
trying to
thing
get
that matters.
slimed?
That's why
I wish I would get slimed, motherfucker. What the fuck are you talking about?
I just want
Half House presents People's Choice Award.
a little
Word.
tangent, bro. You know those blimps for the Kids' Choice Awards used to have a kaleidoscope inside them?
Mm.
If you look through the end, it was a kaleidoscope in the blimp.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking,
Why'd
dude.
they get rid of that? That's
I'd
dope.
love to win a Kids' Choice Awards, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't though, only because I do not want to get slimed. You seen that? You seen that video of that was like Nickelodeon slimes used to be different. It's like Katy Perry getting a Kids Choice award and then getting like like she fell, like obliterated. It,
I mean, those slimes used to be fucking massive. It was like bukkake.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
slime,
They
bro.
used to be like, don't wear something you like.
Yeah.
Like that shit is not coming off.
This
You
is
will be.
Christian Dior.
I used to want to go on that Nickelodeon cruise. You know what I'm talking about? They'd advertise.
Trying to get slimed.
Yeah, trying. Like I was a kid. Like, man, I wonder what it tastes like.
bro.
That monster
You were
blood
that
ass
kid
shit.
eating Elmer's glue, huh?
Yes. Nah, I was that kid that would put Elmer's glue on my finger and let it dry, just so I could like see
Hell
my
yeah.
fingerprint on it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, to be 12 again.
To not pay bills again.
Ooh, I think I just nutted.
Yeah. What we got up?
The thing is, I
Wish
feel
we
like we
could
just have too many
turn back.
people on the earth.
We just surpassed 8 billion. Did anyone see that?
Yeah.
We need like a Hunger Games or something.
Nah.
Joe.
The issue isn't overpopulation. It's over.
We should have just done nothing about COVID. Just let that shit go.
It's not even overconsumption. It's just like distribution of resources.
Well, I mean that's part of overconsumption. I mean, it's like if everyone on Earth like consumed as much as Americans, we would need something like 56 Earths for everyone on the planet in resources. So it's like,
We're fat over here.
well, it's just like we use so much in our country, and that's not even like a, you know, there's a whole your individual carbon footprint. It's nothing like that. It's just our country in general. I mean, with the amount of cars we have, the amount of, you know,
Petroleum.
like the lack of public transportation, you know, all of that adds up to one of the highest, you know, carbon uses in the world.
We also have no idea what we're doing with our trash. We're shipping that shit to other countries.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That is so messed up.
Yeah,
Oh my
we don't have
gosh.
room anymore. We're just paying other countries to take our trash away because we don't know what to do with it.
and it all ends up in the ocean because motherfuckers aren't.
And you're carrying trash
There's no
across an
EPA
ocean.
in the country where
You
we're
want to know
throwing our
the you want to
trash.
know the solution to like 85% of plastic waste is just hemp paper and hemp
I thought you
alternatives.
meant like marijuana.
He
No,
said
no, I'm
smoke
saying,
weed.
like,
Smoke weed.
That will
the
fix
amount-
it all.
The amount of
Forget all
plastic
the
we could
problems.
replace with hemp fiber
True.
is insane. But
It's fact.
up until 5 years ago, hemp was completely illegal. And I'll give Trump credit for one thing: he legalized industrial hemp. So I think we're just kind of waiting for the hemp industry to catch up. But I'm hoping that in the next maybe decade or so, we'll see the hemp industry really take off and replace a lot of these plastic, especially single-use plastics. I don't even really think plastic in general is a bad thing. I think that our obsession with specifically single-use plastic, paper bags, straws, plastic cups, all that shit can be very easily replaced, and we wouldn't end up with microplastic in our blood that everyone has. Because
Someone went to the bathroom. Sorry.
because everyone on this fucking planet has microplastic in their blood right now.
Look, if you're listening to this, go buy a water bottle. Carry that shit around with you.
Yeah, a plastic
Word.
one.
Yeah.
The type that doesn't leach.
But this is it's good. This is I want to say it's
The types of plastic you can actually...
It's Nalgene. They're pretty good with what they do. I don't remember
The only
what
types
though.
of plastic that you can recycle are plastics 1 and 2. Everything else, don't even bother putting it into recycling because they will just throw it away.
True.
And it's
At least I
unfortunate
don't
that
have
that's
to
the
throw it
case.
away, I guess.
Yeah, but it's just we could be in such a better place with our consumption.
True.
No, for sure. Today at work, actually, this is a side note, but there was a farmers conference. I was the only black man in that room. There was about 120 people. I wasn't going to the farmers conference. I was AV.
I was
for it.
like,
I'm
wait,
not a
don't you
farmer.
work at a hotel? I didn't know you farm.
I'm not a farmer, but it was crazy because when they were talking up there, they were talking about overconsumption and how that's good for their industry because inflation, and now they're making more money.
Yep.
And so I was like, that's backwards. no?
Dastardly,
Don't you-
bro.
Yeah, you guys are literally feeding the nation, and here you are just looking to get.
Well, I mean, that's the capitalist incentive for you,
It is what it
as
is.
much, if you can make a profit, it doesn't matter how much you waste, according to capitalist principles. I mean, fucking damn near half the corn crop goes to waste every year just because that shit's going to cows. Cows eat it. Cows shit into the atmosphere, and then it's just its own self-feeding cycle, and I'm not saying we can fix everything in one day, but something's got to give. Something has to move.
Something gotta give.
For us to just stop consuming so much goddamn plastic.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like the blood plastic content increases every year, so I don't.
is sick.
When I have kids, I don't want their blood plastic content to be fucking. I don't want to raise plastic kids. You know what I'm saying?
Give me those Barbie babies.
Yeah.
Hey, son, can you pass me the butter? Sure, Dad. 1 second. Ow. Here you go. God. Yeah, fuck.
I mean, as far as overpopulation goes, I know that's kind of what we talked about. The world, in theory, can support 50 billion people, with our land use, but we farm poorly, we export globally,
Yeah,
and not enough emphasis is put on local production.
we definitely don't use our resources correctly. We should be like Wakanda. They
Yeah.
got it right.
No, I mean,
Wakanda forever.
The free market sucks, and I wish America had a little bit more of a protectionist policy in terms of exports, just so that we would be a little more prepared for the inevitability of what's going to come.
Like you said, something's got to give. It'll probably give.
Something's got to give.
Did you guys see Black Panther? Did everybody here go see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah,
I was
maybe.
gonna
We're
say.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
Can we
Oh
chop
my
it up?
God.
Hey, spoilers.
Yeah,
If you don't
spoiler
want to hear
alert for-
Black Panther, skip 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Bro, that new villain. nuts.
Kind of nutty.
And
I ain't gonna lie.
I loved how they like made the contrast between like minorities, and they brought in the Mayan culture. Just about like it was literally about like rage behind oppressed minorities. Like you can either use it as a destructor or as like a builder. You know what I'm kind of saying? And
Yeah.
It's just, oof. They hit the spot with that one.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a lot of hate on it on the internet, but every person I've talked to has been like, "Hell yeah, that movie is banging." But I don't know.
It was a great movie. I can't believe the queen died though. That was sad. She died saving somebody that wasn't even hers. I would have.
Damn shorty.
My girl Riri.
Right.
Riri
Angela
Wilson.
Bassett. I'm sorry.
And then
I
at
miss
the
you.
end, she
Angela Bassett is like my milfy crush. She's
Oh,
so
easily,
fine.
dude.
and then she gets something at the end. If I'm Suri, you kill my mom. You think you get
Right,
something?
right.
Bye.
I mean, you saw how fucked they were. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if they hadn't
Yeah, no, for sure.
made that piece, every nigga would have been dead on that ship.
Yeah, yeah, it would have
But-
been rough. But I'm curious to see, because in like that after credit scene, he's like, they'll come back to us. They would they'll have to once the world ends up turning on them. Blah blah blah. They'll have to turn to us to help. So I'm
Yeah.
curious about and now new Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll
Yes.
see.
And they got the garden back up. She replanting the garden, so the Black Panther tradition can
Right.
continue.
And I would like to say that I very much enjoy the aspect of an intelligent, young Black woman. Like, it's very
Yeah, I
refreshing to
agree.
look at on a screen.
Especially
you know what I'm
like
saying?
two of them, three of
with
them.
Yeah,
with
like all of them.
Tag teaming.
motherfucking Ironheart, bro. She came through with the motherfucking
True.
new Iron Man suit.
True, that shit was
Another
gas.
intelligent Black woman.
Right.
Like, that shit finna go.
It was pretty cool. It was like, you know.
One small thing that I noticed was that sometimes I feel like there's this unspoken thing between like African Americans and Africans, and I think that the movie did a really good job of like tackling that and saying like instead of being against each other, because I know that sometimes in the African culture when growing up it'd be like, oh, you want to be one of them, like adults really do say that, and it's like, what you mean, like they're us. What are you talking about right now? And so the movie did a great job, especially like what you said, the two young Black women, they're the stars, they're the heroes.
True. Pretty good.
So
I do appreciate that they didn't do some bullshit like extra ass CGI at the last,
word.
third of the movie. Because I will say, Marvel movies have a terrible knack for like forgetting all of the plot in the third act and just investing in CGI spectacle. And I'm glad that they actually didn't do that this time, because I'm getting tired of there being just a random monster in the third act, and we weren't prepared for it, or
This
whatever.
feels like the first Phase 4 movie that goes back to building a story, right?
Yeah.
Because so you have Phase 1, 2, and 3. Phase 1 is all about introducing you, building this story, building this world, creating these characters that you actually care about. And so Phase 4 comes along, and it's literally like you have a story arc with 1, 2, and 3, and then you have to start over. You have to start rebuilding your characters, rebuilding your plot. And this felt like the first Phase 4 movie where I'm like, okay, I care now. Like, I like these guys. I want to see them succeed. I want to see where this story goes.
Yeah.
So, and up until now, it's just been a lot of fanfare with multiverse and bringing characters together like Spider-Man, just to please the crowd. But now it seems like they've kind of found their footing again in the story that they want to tell now.
I
will say this: Phase 1 had like 6 movies, I think. Phase 4 at this point has had 15 projects. So I think it's a lot more dense, and so I think too, they're trying to do the Phase 1 thing all over again, but they've got 15 new fucking characters to deal with. So, while I don't think every Phase 4 project was good, I think I want to see how they look like in context. You know what I mean? Once everything is out, especially considering, nobody gives a fuck about like Thor: The Dark World, right? But people still go back and watch it
But
because
that was where they introduced the reality stone.
Right.
You know
what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
where the ether comes into
so I'm
play,
just waiting for the context before I really write off a ton of the shows.
That's fair.
But it's a little hard to, like, go to a movie as an average Marvel fan and, like, say the last time you saw Wanda was in Endgame and then you went to go see Doctor Strange too. It's like, what
True.
the fuck happened? You know, you damn near have to do your homework now to be a Marvel fan.
It is hard. You really have to like watch more hours than watching all the Star Wars. Like you have to watch like I don't even know. I don't even want to look how many hours you'd have to
3
watch.
shows. Each episode has 40 minutes. Each season has
there's
8 to 10 episodes.
There's movies, all of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's 22 movies in the first 3 phases,
Yeah.
and then you have damn near that many projects already in phase 4.
I'm glad I was born when I was.
Movies and TV shows, so it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
And this was just refreshing in the sense where it's like, okay, if I was a average Marvel fan, I could step into this movie, like fall in love with the characters, have a good time, enjoy and understand the plot, at least to a degree, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think, too, part of the thing is, for me, I kind of look at it now. I mean, phases 1 through 3 were really like popcorn movies. You know, it was like, let's go to the movie theater, let's have a good time. I feel like with phase 4 especially, they've kind of gone more of the comic books route, which is like, you know, we're going to just release a shit ton of stuff. You know, not all of it's going to be super relevant to any of the other projects, but you know, I feel like with especially comic books, there's so many writers writing, you know, across Marvel that to me doesn't feel like it's overdone. I feel like there's just got a lot of ideas, and like I said, we'll see how they kind of execute them going forward. I think probably the weakest, in my opinion, was probably Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, because I know that movie had like
It was just too fast.
it was too fast, and I know the director changed twice. They had like, you know, months of reshoots, so it was just not a great project. I
Yeah.
think
I wish they did it in two
from the
parts.
get, yeah, or just had a better idea of kind of where they were going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Multiverse of Madness, it wasn't very mad. It was just kind of a jumbled bit of, you know,
It's
cinema.
cool that the only thing that was cool was when they threw in the bit from What If into Multiverse of Madness. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, with like the Peggy as Captain
Yeah.
UK, and
Yeah.
you had the Fantastic Four, John dude,
John
Reed Richards.
Krasinski.
yeah, John Krasinski as Reed
He
Richards.
said the John dude.
And then Dr. X and shit, you know, like that was
Yeah.
Professor X, motherfucker. Man said Dr. X.
Little Jim.
I was just gonna let it slide.
Come on.
All right.
I mean, Black Panther, going back to it, amazing movie.
Yeah.
Marvel's got a lot of work to do. That tribute definitely got me teary-eyed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
Definitely.
cried twice. I cried once at the beginning, and I cried once when the mom died because I'm like, bro, she lost everything. Everything. What's she gonna do? Like, could
Die.
you imagine being like? Because not only did she like lose her family, which is already in itself like hard as shit, but now like she's the Black Panther. She's got to like lead a whole nation now. Like
Literally.
like fuck.
no
That's a
time to
lot.
grieve even.
Yeah.
Yeah, no time to grief. You have to figure out how to pick up your
Yeah, you
people.
gotta be a TT.
Ah, jeez. Yeah, it was a great movie though.
Great movie. I'm excited to see where it goes.
What's our time looking like?
It's looking like 11 minutes left.
Okay. What do we got left?
I think we exhausted all of our topics.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a good conversation.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
We'll
Do we
definitely.
want to?
thank you guys for viewing.
Okay. Yeah, we can. You can take it out.
What were you?
Oh, I was gonna say. I don't know if we wanted to talk about anything. You know, me, political resident here. I don't know if we want to talk about anything in politics before we take off.
Residents.
You
Yeah.
can, you can monologue.
I'll monologue real quick here for you before we cut out here.
Your weekly news
Your
here
weekly
with
news
David
update.
Counter, Whip Trip 6.
Yeah, in case you didn't see
Boom, boom,
recently,
boom.
the Chinese Party Congress happened. Xi Jinping confirmed his third term as the Chinese government leader, which is pretty unheard of since Mao. So people are basically saying he's the new Mao, and he's like the supreme leader of China. So that's kind of scary. I don't know if you saw. I don't think anybody here probably would have, but during that Congress, he literally the prior leader to Xi, Hu Jintao, sat next to him in the like prior to the Congress starting, and then they had him sat down and they escorted him out with guards right as the Congress started. So it was an extreme power move for him to basically delegitimize the prior government. And so now it's a state of Xi. I mean, he's the new Mao at this point, which is kind of scary. We'll see how that ends up.
No,
especially
that's scary considering the power that China holds.
It's power China holds, especially with Taiwan tensions right now. They've been firing missiles over Taiwan now for
I heard about
months.
That, yeah.
And that's been, a little bit scary for the
Could you
for the states.
imagine like living in that type of state where like just here in Champaign, missiles flying like over us while you're asleep?
Yep.
No.
You got me. No.
Nope. So that's China. Second thing I wanted to talk really quickly about was it was the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. He's new. Don't know a whole lot about what's going on with him, but obviously Liz Truss was prime minister for like a month, and then now he's the prime minister. So we'll see how he does. I'm not holding my breath.
And she gets paid for life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Well,
Yep.
what a steal.
Power move, yeah.
What a fucking bag steal.
Yeah. And then lastly, before we get
Shit,
going,
y'all trying to get a celebrity prime minister?
no,
I'm not,
not
a
at all.
celebrity.
We saw that work with Trump.
But
Also, we
it'd
don't
be
have
me.
prime ministers.
But it'd be
It's
me.
America.
I'm talking about
He wants a celebrity shot. He wants his celebrity shot to be prime minister for one time.
thank you. And then I get paid forever. And I do really good things on that day.
True. Okay.
Prime
and then
minister for a day.
lastly,
Student that.
Gone.
Ukraine. In case you guys haven't
I see
been
what you did there.
up to date with Ukraine, Ukraine has been advancing. They've pushed into Kherson, which is like the southernmost biggest city that Russia had captured in the war so far. And so people are basically kind of suggesting now that Russia is basically on their back foot. The Russian military is like, Putin, what the fuck are you doing? So we're kind of getting, I think, to a point where we're either going to see peace negotiations or, further escalation. Cause,
Nukes fly.
yeah. I mean, we're kind of at that
Yeah.
point at this juncture because Putin's a piece of shit, and I can't imagine him just giving up for nothing. So
Spin Putin.
I love a good underdog story. I would never in a million years think that Ukraine could push back Russia.
well,
They got some help.
not alone. I'll just put it that way. I mean,
yeah.
we've been sending them billions of dollars worth of weapons.
But they won't take care of our student debt.
No, but that's a different topic.
Dumbass.
But yeah, Ukraine's going well. We'll see in the next couple months, I guess, how that develops. But just for your little global political
strong.
update.
There you go.
Doon, doon, doon. And that was your weekly news update from Whip Trip 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Bum, bum.
We made you guys laugh. We made you guys
Cry.
educated.
We
Cry.
spoiled some shows.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know what else you want from us. Subscribe, like, listen, stream, tell
Follow.
your friends. We'll give you guys an update on the Thanksgiving and how that goes.
Oh,
next
yeah.
True.
week. That's gonna be a memorable night for sure, or forgettable.
And if you do
We'll see
hear
how the
it
night
Yeah,
goes.
honestly.
yeah, if you do hear this, come to our half house takeover. 12:16 at Canopy. 12:16 at Canopy. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Super.
We're out.
All right.
Mousy. Oh God.